The aroma of vanilla latte wrapped around me like a gentle embrace as I sat in that little corner cafe in downtown Denver, watching my phone vibrate relentlessly across the wooden table. It was exactly 10:15 a.m. Back home, the precise time they were all supposed to be gathered in that sterile bank lobby. Pens poised over documents for a $350,000 mortgage on an apartment my sister Sophia had picked out for herself. My name is Olivia, and in that moment, sipping my coffee 2,000 miles from the chaos I'd left behind, I felt the last invisible chains snap free from my chest. The notifications kept coming, texts from my mother, missed calls from my father, frantic messages from Sophia herself. Each one carried the weight of 30 years of expectations, demands, and quiet dismissals finally crashing against a wall they never saw coming. Freedom wasn't the clean, triumphant rush I'd imagined in my daydreams. It tasted sharp, bittersweet, laced with a terrifying exhilaration that made my hands tremble slightly as I silenced the phone and set it face down. To understand how I reached that cafe, you have to go back to when I was 14, standing in our modest living room in a quiet Chicago suburb during Christmas morning. The tree lights twinkled softly, casting warm glows on wrapped presents piled beneath. I'd spent months babysitting neighborhood kids, scraping together every dollar to buy Sophia something special. She was only 12 then, but already the center of our family's universe, bright, artistic, always drawing these vibrant sketches that lit up her face. I chose a real set of professional-grade colored pencils and sketchbooks, not the cheap plastic kits from the drugstore. When she tore open the paper, my mother's eyes softened in a way I rarely saw directed at me. "Oh, look how thoughtful Olivia is," Mom said, her voice warm with genuine pride. "She really notices what you love." Sophia. Sophia beamed, hugging the supplies to her chest. Then came my gift, a flimsy plastic keychain with a cartoon character, the checkout line sticker still half peeled. Sophia had grabbed it last minute. Mom's voice melted even softer. "And look how creative Sophia is. She picked this out all by herself." In that instant, something shifted deep inside me, like a door closing quietly but permanently. I was the reliable older sister, the one who orbited around Sophia's sun, reflecting her light without ever shining myself. It wasn't cruel on purpose. It was just how our family script had been written long before I could read it. Sophia was the golden child, charming, effortless, and I was the steady one expected to support, sacrifice, and stay in the background. That role followed me through high school, while Sophia's drawings earned her praise and art class spotlights. I buried myself in the school computer lab after classes. Programming became my sanctuary. Lines of code didn't play favorites or overlook you. They either compiled cleanly or threw errors you could fix with logic and patience. I taught myself Python, Java, built simple apps in my spare time. By senior year, my projects caught the eye of counselors, landing me acceptance to a strong tech program at Midwest State University with a partial scholarship. The remaining $60,000 loomed like a mountain. Over dinner one evening, I slid my acceptance letter and cost breakdown across the table. Dad barely glanced up from his phone. "If you were truly gifted," he said flatly, "you have earned a full ride. You're not as sharp as you believe." Sophia, then 12, smirked across her plate, secure in her unchallenged throne. I pleaded, voice small and cracking. This program could change everything. Great job placement. Starting salaries over $80,000. "I know I can succeed." Dad's response was immediate. "Figure it out yourself then. We're not co-signing loans. Too much risk for us." For weeks I tried spreadsheets of salary projections, articles on tech career growth, even a polished presentation. Nothing broke through their indifference. The only person who saw me was Grandma Margaret, Dad's mother. When I confided in her one afternoon at her cozy kitchen table, her wrinkled hands clenched. "Those fools don't realize what they're discarding," she muttered, eyes fierce. She pressed $200 into my palm that day, her entire spare from Social Security. "For emergencies, live. You'll make it work." And I did. Federal loans covered the gap, a weight I'd carry quietly for over a decade. Move-in day to the dorms. My beat-up Civic packed tight with boxes. Mom called from the kitchen. "Drive safely," as I stood at the front door. No hug. No proud tears. Sophia didn't look up from her phone. But Grandma Margaret waited on the porch, wrapping me in a fierce embrace scented with lavender soap. Those early college years tested every limit. 20-hour weeks at the campus IT help desk on minimum wage. Full course load in computer science. Tutoring sessions for extra cash. Instant ramen dinners. Free pizza from study groups. Sleep stolen in fragments between deadlines. Every Sunday, Grandma called, real questions about my classes. Late-night debugging struggles. The friends I was making. My parents' holiday calls lasted under 5 minutes. Polite. Surface level. Always circling back to Sophia's latest achievement. Senior year arrived like the end of a punishing marathon. Legs burning. Lungs aching. But the finish line finally visible. Job interviews lined up with 3 solid tech firms. Professors penned glowing recommendations that made me reread them in disbelief. Graduation day buzzed with families snapping photos. Bouquets of flowers. Proud hugs. I scanned the crowd, hoping despite everything. The night before, Mom's call confirmed the pattern. "We're so sorry, honey, but we booked this family trip with Sophia months ago. It's her spring break cruise." Grandma Margaret drove 4 hours alone, sitting front row, beaming as if I'd won an Olympic gold. After the ceremony, she treated me to an elegant dinner where menus had no prices listed, her way of saying I mattered. 3 weeks later, I accepted an offer from a fintech startup in the Chicago suburbs, $65,000 starting salary. More than I'd ever touched. I crashed with Grandma Margaret for 6 months, saving aggressively for my own place. During those months, my parents visited her twice. Conversations stayed stiff. Software job. Huh? Steady paycheck. That's smart, Dad would say before steering talk back to Sophia's upcoming college applications. They took a second mortgage to cover Sophia's full tuition at a private arts-focused university. The same parents who claimed no funds or risk for my education suddenly found resources when it was her future on the line. I listened with practiced numbness, each revelation carving fresh. Small wounds. The years blurred into a rhythm of quiet determination. I drove a reliable used sedan, rented a modest one-bedroom, skipped vacations my friends took. Every spare dollar attacked my loans, extra payments, side gigs debugging freelance code. Grandma Margaret kept me informed anyway. Sophia got a new car for her 21st birthday. A shiny Honda. Post-graduation, they funded her Hawaii trip because she worked so hard and deserved it. Each update stung. But I detached further, focusing on my path. Promotion after promotion followed, senior developer, then lead on key projects. The loans shrank steadily over 12 long years. Then came the milestone. Staring at my banking app one ordinary Tuesday evening, the balance read 0. 12 years of grinding, denying myself, finally complete. $80,000 of debt vanished. Tears, hot, overwhelming, slid down my cheeks. Not from sadness, but raw release. I called the one person who would truly celebrate. Grandma. I just paid off every last cent. Her voice cracked with joy over the line. My girl. That's incredible. Come Saturday, I'll cook your favorites. Proper celebration. Saturday arrived. I brought wine and her beloved deli tuna casserole. She set the good china. Pot roast filling the house with savory comfort. 20 minutes in, a knock sounded. My parents entered like they'd been expected, Mom nodding curtly, Dad offering a flat Olivia. They eyed the spread, the wine, abundance of food. What's the occasion? Looks festive. Cornered. I admitted quietly. I paid off my student loans. A silent glance passed between them. That wordless marital shorthand. Already? Dad asked, tone sharpening. Grandma jumped in proudly. Olivia's excelling at a top fintech firm, earning excellent money. She's built something remarkable. They nodded, ate quietly, asked no follow-ups. 2 weeks later, Mom called unexpectedly while I chopped vegetables. Your father, and I realized it's been too long. Come for dinner this weekend, to reconnect. In 3 decades, they'd never initiated such an invitation. Warning bells rang softly. That Saturday at the childhood home, same beige siding, overgrown hedges, I found Sophia already there, scrolling her premium phone, her designer outfit judging my simple jeans and sweater. Dinner conversation turned unusually focused on me. Company size, department, clients, salary hints. Paying off those loans so quickly. Impressive, Dad noted. Sophia's passive jabs followed, comments on my cute but small apartment, high rent downtown. Days later, they dropped by unannounced just to see her place. They toured, questioned utilities, neighborhood safety. Sophia remarked how cozy it was, implying cramped and modest. The visits felt like audits, calculating my worth. Tea with Grandma Margaret one afternoon brought the final revelation. She set her cup down, face serious. Liv, there's something you need to know. And it won't sit well. My friend Nancy, next door to your parents, overheard them on their back porch discussing how to approach you about co-signing or covering payments on an apartment for Sophia. They noted your 0 loans, good salary, single status, no boyfriend draining funds. It all clicked. The dinners, questions, home visits. They were assessing how much they could pull from me for Sophia's benefit. After decades of emotional absence, now they wanted my resources. Shock mixed with bitter recognition. After ignoring me my whole life, Grandma squeezed my hand. I'm sorry, but you deserve the truth. That night, alone in my apartment, the decision crystallized. My boss had floated a transfer opportunity months earlier to the expanding Denver branch. Monday, I was in his office early. The role was open, better pay, relocation assistance. I requested it immediately, citing personal reasons. Confirmation came fast. Start within the month. I drove to Grandma's that evening, heart heavy. Denver, she whispered, tears welling. So far. I explained I couldn't stay amid their manipulation. Keep this secret until I'm gone, she promised, hugging me tightly. Lavender scent comforting. Over following weeks, I packed discreetly. Landlord notice. Moving quotes. Flight booking for Tuesday after the fake bank Friday. Parents kept calling about that important dinner. I played along vaguely, buying time. The dinner arrived. Moving truck scheduled Monday. Flight Tuesday. I drove, overcomposed. Sophia bounced excitedly at the table. After pleasantries, Mom leaned in. Sophia's found the perfect apartment, 2 bedrooms, city views, building amenities. $350,000. Dad continued. We can't swing the down payment right now. Hoping you could help, co-sign or handle payments. You're doing well financially. Sophia grinned expectantly. I nodded slowly, feigning consideration. The mortgage would run about $3,000 monthly, but with my income, I don't mind helping family. Their faces ignited with relief and triumph. Sophia squealed thanks. They praised my maturity. I left that night lighter, finishing last-minute packing. Monday morning brought the movers right on schedule. I watched them load boxes, methodically, handed over keys, checked into an airport hotel by evening. Tuesday's flight lifted me above the clouds, old life shrinking below. The Denver temporary apartment felt spacious, brighter. New coworkers welcomed me warmly during orientation, fresh energy. No history weighing me down. Friday, 10 a.m. Exact. My phone erupted. Mom first, then Dad. Sophia. Voicemails piled. Texts escalated. Where are you? Bank's waiting. You're embarrassing us. Noon brought angrier messages. During lunch with the team, I finally answer Mom's call around 1 o'clock. Her scream pierced. We're all here waiting. Calmly, I changed my mind. I'm not funding Sophia's place. She raged. You can't abandon family. I corrected. You wanted my money, not me. There's a difference. I listed the years, missed graduation, denied college help, second mortgage for Sophia, ignored calls. I'm done. Don't contact me. I blocked their numbers, hands shaking with wild freedom, not fear. They tried alternate numbers, emails. Grandma Margaret called soon after. They're furious. Came demanding I convince you. I told them it's their fault. Years of neglect, then expecting hundreds of thousands. She even banned them until apologies. 6 months later, Denver feels like home. The job thrills, challenging projects, collaborative team, salary bump, funding savings for a house down payment. New friends share hikes in the Rockies, coffee meetups without judgment. Grandma Margaret visits quarterly. We're planning her move closer once her lease ends. She updates sparingly. Sophia rents modestly. Parents remain resentful, but Grandma stays firm in support. I don't miss the old dynamics. For the first time, life centers on my choices, not proving worth to those who never valued me. Families should nurture unconditionally. Yet sometimes the deepest hurts come from those meant to love us most. Walking away isn't abandonment, it's survival. Reclaiming space to breathe and grow. The question lingers, when love becomes conditional on what you provide, is staying loyalty or self-erasure? I've chosen freedom, and the view from here is breathtaking.